So, Cindy, are there any embarrassing stories you want to share about Candy? No.
Well,
Let's get the tea.
when Candy was younger, she was always a performer, and she really loved. She really it's now in hindsight, hindsight's 2020, but like she was such a Michael Jackson fan, right? And she used to moonwalk like no other. I mean, when the Grammys performance that he did, that was so iconic. She mimicked that like to a T. And she was just, and it was then, like when we were younger, it was then I realized. And she used to force me all the time to perform. And I'm not a performer at all. I'm not, like I'm a sporty type of person. So she'd just be like up there. She just loved like bedazzling people. She was just always a mover and a shaker. And then I also, I find it interesting because even then she was building community, because we had our cousins come from the Philippines at a young age, and we didn't come from a very wealthy family, and there was like 20 something of us in one household. And she basically took all my younger cousins under her wing, and she taught them hip hop and dance and just expressing themselves through the culture. And it was really beautiful because, like, I mean, now everyone's pretty diverse in their own ways, but a lot of their adulthood life is inspired by her, and it transcended from there. So I saw her as a young person growing up with her, just to see, it was almost like foreshadowing what she'd become as an adult, right? She's still doing those things, but on a broader scale. And it's great because she shares more of her knowledge and her art and her passion in other avenues, right? And so it's great to see her thriving even in a time like this. Like, I would have never expected us to be in a place where we couldn't be in the same physical space. But now I just see that we're beyond those borders, that we can reach each other. And as much as, like, though technology has hurt our community in a way, right, in some perspectives, it's helped us mobilize and communicate on larger scales. Like, I would never, it's amazing that I can talk to all of you. I'm all the way 3,000 miles away from you, and that we could share stories and community together in this way, and then celebrate my sister. And I want to tell her happy birthday. And she always threw the dopest parties. Like, I gotta tell you, since we were teenagers, I mean, she'd have lines around the block, guys and gals, like everybody, like folks. It was crazy. We'd be out there on a Wednesday night right before Thanksgiving, because even though her birthday is now on the 30th in the month of October, we always celebrated on that weekend, you know. So she always transformed Thanksgiving. She never made it about, because she never celebrated that day, but she made it like her birthday bash. And and like we would just go wild. Look, and there she's sharing the flyers. And I mean,
Oh shit!
we would
That is
have
so nice.
hundreds and thousands of people lined up just to celebrate her birthday. And it started off with party people and just dancing and so much love and and camaraderie. And then over the years it evolved. It just took on a life of its own. She started having poetry slams. She started having music and entertainers, artists, and just a whole bunch of collectives. And basically that was a start. That was really the start. Like, I want to say her birthday was like the start of different people in all walks of life coming together and sharing their passions, their powers, and just coming together and celebrating her. Right. So now here we are. Fast forward in the middle of a global pandemic, but we're still together celebrating the positive in our life. You know that which is my sister. and she's your sister, so I'm happy to be here, to speak about her and just what her history has been, her story has been. So, you know, yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yay.
I
Popping it
can't
up for
believe she had all those flyers too. Oh my gosh. I wish you folks were there for that. Those are some epic times. I'll tell you, they stood in the snow, rain, sleet just to party with her, Yeah.
Kandi B. There you go. There you go.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, welcome, Cindy. I know that you're going to be taking over, but before I do that, why don't we quickly introduce our next speakers? Because I think that they are in the queue and ready.
Yeah.
Is that cool? Is that cool? All right. So I'm super excited about introducing our next two speakers.